Hello, my friends. Welcome to the metal shop. Got a box on the workbench. Got the Cutco knife, so you know what's coming next. Just a little mini unboxing here. What do you think's in the box? Yeah, it's a guitar neck for an upcoming project, but I'm pretty excited about this neck. I've been eyeballing it on eBay for quite some time. It came from Stegatsu. His username is Stegatsu, or Ronnie James Diode, he goes by. And he sells tons of great 80s parts. And yes, he is parting out guitars. Someone commented, I said something about, I'll show you the body at a later time, but I posted up the body for, it's going to be for I'm going to use for this project for some identification purposes. And everyone had really good things to say about him. Oh, I love that guy. He's great. He's got great stuff. Great guy to deal with. Great parts. But one guy did say, "Well, yeah, but he's parting out guitars, and I don't like that." And all right, that's true. But just say you've got some kind of off-brand, maybe it's kind of nice 80s guitar that's worth $700 or $800, but with the parts, you got a Kaler on it. Maybe you got some vintage pickups. Maybe you got a nice, like a Jackson type of headstock or a hockey stick headstock. You got a Strat body, routed for Floyd, stuff like that. And if you take the time to sell all that stuff, maybe it's $1,500, maybe it's $2,000. So, I get it. You guys, making a living, and I'm getting some great parts. So anyway, you can kind of see what we want to going on here. First thing, we got the like a really nice kind of relic, worn down gold neck plate, and it's so funny because I'd already bought the neck from him, and I just did a search for relic gold neck plate, and guess what? He had one too, and the price was right. I think this was $15. So the neck considerably more expensive. He'll let you make offers too. There's no offers on Stegatsu's site there, but if you email him that you're interested, or you message him on eBay that you're interested, he'll generally send you one of those directed offers for 10-15% off. So I asked him, if this number would get it done. He said no. He came back with something. I was like, it's not really more than I wanted to spend right now. And he came back and said, hey, I'll do the number that you wanted. But let's see what we got in here. Oh, yeah. You can see right off the bat, we've got banana headstock. And for this project, that's what I wanted. I wanted the banana headstock. I did not want it cut for a locking clamp. This still has the original nut in place. It's rosewood, I think, or figured ebony. It's very dense. Big frets. Looks like they've probably been leveled and crowned once. It's got some divots here, but that's okay. I'll work those right out. Looks like typical, somebody played it in the cowboy cord area, but this neck is a Chandler neck. And Chandler made some great stuff in the 80s. And to find, a hockey stick neck like this from the 80s, still intact, hasn't been monkeyed with, hasn't been cut for a Floyd or had a Kaler mounted on it, hasn't had a bunch of junk done to it. Yeah, pretty happy about this. And it needs to be cleaned up. Yeah, let's hang on. Let's give a brief pause. I got some awesome tuners for this, and I may as well show you those while we're in it. All right, so here are the tuners, and these came off a Reverb. And what I wanted to do was, if you look, they're already drilled for the set screw, and it's kind of, it's not off at a 90. It's kind of, straight down the low. So this probably had Grovers. For whatever reason, they love to use, Gibson does it, and that's why everyone copies them. They use the small kidney bean Grovers with that set screw there. And I could have done the Grovers. Some nice used ones were available. Not a whole lot of money, but this guitar is going to be for me, and it's going to be first class all the way. So I splurged a little bit and bought these Challers, which are used. They're from the 70s. They got great patina, and they say made in West Germany, which lets you know that they are the real deal. They're the old ones from the late 70s, early 80s. Obviously, they stopped saying West Germany by, 1989 or so, when the wall fell. So hopefully, there you see what I mean by that the low set screw there. But I'm fingers crossed these are gonna go. They're gonna go right in and line up. Oh yeah, yep, perfect. Fits in the hole, lines up. They got the nice Chandler buttons. I mean, doesn't look like they're... No, it's pretty perfect. This, yeah, that is going to be nice. That is going to be so nice. But yeah, so anyway, they're the first parts to a upcoming project here in the metal shop. And we're going to use this as well. Can you read that? Stars, brass, bridge, and tailpiece. I don't think I've showed you that. So, but what the heck? Why not? While we're in it, let's do that too. I've been collecting these parts. I bought these quite some time ago. Got a reverb. You just gotta, you gotta watch for deals. But look at that. Oh my goodness. That is a thing of beauty right there. These are what they used on, Jackson used these on the original Rhodes guitars. This is all brass, manufactured Stars guitars. It says right on it, stamped right there on the back, if you can see that. Great patina. These are great. This is a great bridge. I think Kaler makes them now, because you can still get these on a Jackson if you have it custom made, and pay, $6-7 grand for it. And oh yeah. Got the tailpiece there, so I ordered a body special that's had a tune-o-matic. Tough to find stuff with a tune-o-matic. Tough to find a guitar that isn't a neck that isn't cut for a Floyd. Tough to find a guitar body like that that's a tune-o-matic. If you're looking for 80s stuff, everything's got a Floyd or a Kaler. So, and I came with all the studs too. I'm not going to open those up. Anyway, so there's a sneak preview to the upcoming project here in the metal shop. What's it going to be? Put your guesses in the comments below. All right, cool. And I will continue this video shortly. All right, so the return of the Skycam. We're back, and I wanted to talk a little bit about this upcoming build, and my process is probably a little bit unusual compared to what yours may be. And I actually like to, when I'm contemplating building a guitar, for myself or maybe one to sell, I often start with the bridge. And you saw the unboxing of the neck and the bridge that necessitated using that neck without a locking nut, but this was the first piece I bought. So my plan was to do a Strat-shaped guitar with the tune-o-matic with this awesome Stars patina bridge. So, but plans changed, and then I was like, I got into the idea of doing a Chris Holmes Star, because he used these bridges or the harmonica style that he was used to with the Ibanez Destroyers. But like, I have this really nice old gold Kaler that I bought to start a project. I have an FRT4, very early Floyd with fine tuners that, the funky fine tuners that, Van Halen used as a start of a project. So anyway, I bought this awesome Stars bridge to build a guitar around. So I needed to find a body, preferably, something nice and used, not super expensive, that would accept a tune-o-matic. So what did I find? I found an awesome, I told you I was thinking about a star, but I ended up with an awesome Explorer type body that I found on eBay. Okay. And set up for a Tune-o-matic. Really nice single hum Explorer. Very unusual body. Looks like a pretty amateurish paint job. Super shiny here. I don't know if that's from Playwear or it never had a pick guard on it. Set up for 2 knobs here. Very, very unusual neck pocket that's, completely, it's actually a pocket where most would end right here, and right here this extends the entire way out. Very unusual. Okay, had this on the back plate there. Someone, carved the danger radiation into the back plate. Kind of awesome. This thing was well played. It's mahogany. Sold to me as one-piece mahogany, or solid mahogany, maybe not one piece, this being this big, but lovingly played, which is a good sign. And I got this from Stigatsu on eBay, that Ronnie James diode. Same place where I got the neck, okay? And I asked him, so to do things in order, I bought the bridge first, then I bought the body, and I'm like, this is going to be cool, and then I had to find the perfect neck. I asked him if he knew anything about the body when I bought this, because I don't remember now, I didn't have the neck, and he didn't really know anything about it. Said he bought it in a large parts haul. This is just a nice 80s body. I put some feelers out there online to kind of get some, hey, do you know who makes this body? And I got all over the map. People thought it was this or that. A lot of people were just, oh, it's cheap, it's Chinese, it's junk, it's a Hondo, it's this. It's none of those things. This is a very, very quality mahogany piece. Has an end pin jack. So weird. It's not cut for a jack anywhere else. That is weird. So it's black, kind of. Anyway, I digress. I bought the body, needed a neck, and I found that Chandler neck that I ended up buying, okay? And that was perfect. I ended up making a good deal with him, Stigatsu, for that, and I went to test fit it, like you do. And I don't know about you guys, but when I try and put on a neck, I will try, and this is a big body here, I'm kind of running out of room here on the bench, I try and slide it into the pocket like this, and it won't go. I'm like, oh, that's no big deal. I'll just have to, shave down the pocket a little bit. Probably won't mess with the neck. It's just too nice to mess with. It's just a little bit too big. And then just on a whim, I decided to, well, here, let's see, like this, and I'll be damned. That thing fits in there perfectly, so tightly, like it was made for it. And I'm like, that's really weird. I mean, because so obviously the neck pocket is wider here, narrower here. And then I look at the neck. And can you see that? The neck has discoloration all the way up here. Hope you can see that. I hope we're not getting washed out here. The neck has discoloration all the way up here on both sides. And some black paint transfer. Guess what, my friends? This neck came off of this guitar. Okay? Now you say, well, that's not really that weird. You bought it from the same guy. So I asked him about it, and he's like, no. He said, I've had the neck up for sale on eBay forever. He said, I just bought the body recently from this big parts haul. He said, I didn't buy them together. They came separately, much different in time for the guy who, buys these parted out guitars. Somehow they ended up back together. And it makes perfect sense. I needed a Tune-o-matic tailpiece. So I bought this body. Then I needed a neck that wasn't cut for a Floyd. And I'm telling you, look, oh yeah, of course I say that, but you can pick up the guitar by the neck. You really can. It's like, when I first put it on there, it was like I was picking the guitar up with it. Now it's kind of made itself a little bit more at home there. Then I needed the neck without a Floyd, and I'm like, God, this is just perfect, because this is like an Explorer type of headstock here. So it was just meant to be these parts, and I hope you can see that on camera. The discoloration there. These things live their lives together. So I think that makes sense that this was a Chandler, or is a Chandler body. This was a Chandler guitar, and they made some really nice stuff. I would equate Chandler with like a performance guitar company, something like that. They made really nice stuff. They never really hit it off big. There's some videos out there on YouTube of Brad Gillis and Jeff Watson playing a couple of Chandler guitars at a really old NAMM show from the 80s. I remember Brad's is like a pink, like a shell pink color guitar Strat, and it's, you know, kind of like that. It's super cool. So I did buy a couple of logos, Chandler logos. I'm like, oh, you could put a Charvel logo on there, and I'm like, that's just, you know, that's because this is kind of the theme, kind of a pre-pro Charvel type of theme is kind of what I'm shooting for. So I think we're going to do something like this. Let me see, how does this compare? Okay, so this is quite a bit different. It's just, this is bigger and not quite as graceful as this here in the back. It is a reproduction. That's unfortunate. That looks really nice. This, while it's nice, it's just not as nice as that. That's too bad. I thought, you know, without comparing them A to B, that they were the same. Oh well. But I am going to logo this up, and it's probably going to go something just like that. I'll go right out to the edge there. And a little tip, make sure you put your tuner on that might interfere with that logo. Done it before. Trust, I did it with a Sambora star. I put the star on, and then I go to put the tuner on, and it's going to cover up a part of that star decal. Bummer. I have really nice Charvel string tree on order. I may do one. I may have to do two. We'll have to see. But yeah, so there are the first building blocks of this awesome project, this awesome Explorer project. Like I said, I really want to give like you know, like an old Charvel pre-pro, a DiMarzio kind of assembled guitar vibe with this, and I think I've really got the nice parts here to do that. So those are the first steps in this awesome Explorer. I'm not positive yet what I'm going to do. You guys let me know in the comments. Apologize, this video is all just me yakking, but what I thought I was going to do, I'm going to paint a graphic on here. I love the black and yellow, love the striper graphics. Thought about doing a rising sun. I thought about, you know, using the danger radiation and painting the danger radiation, the symbol on here. And I think right now what I'm leaning towards is I'm going to put a small danger radiation symbol here. Hang on one second. That's a decal. It's not going to be that big. I have a stencil on order. It's going to be smaller, about 4-inch. I thought I'd put the danger radiation symbol here and turn that into a rising sun. That's what I'm leaning towards doing right now. So this is going to be a really, really, really cool project. I'm super excited about this. This is for me, not to sell, and I get excited when I build guitars for myself. Who doesn't, right? All right, so as always, my friends, welcome the return of Skycam. If you're new to the channel, please hit subscribe. Tons of good content on there. If you enjoyed this video and the videos like this, please give me a thumbs up. It really helps the algorithm to recommend my videos. Hit me up in the comments. Let me know what your thoughts are. You know anything about this, you know, this Chandler body, this weird neck pocket, anything about this guitar? This thing, it was well loved, it was well played. This is such an oddball. That full neck pocket, the end pin output jack, it's just danger radiation. It's so weird. So yeah, hit me up in the comments. Still respond to all of my comments. All right? Cool, my friends. Truly do appreciate your support. Dig the Chandler Explorer project. Take care.